Namo Guru Pye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Guru Pye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. Namo Guru Pye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Triratnaya, Luchu Sampo Pelgyuta Shipa, Tu gentem petrileia noda, pegietro losam pese pacen, palden la mehesha blasoade, Oma Guru Vajradhara, Sumahati Muni, Shahasane Kama Uttavadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamanya Sawasidi Moma Guru Vajradhara Suhumati Muni Shahasane Kama Uttavadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamanya Sawasidi Moma Guru Vajradhara Suhumati Muni Shahasane Kama Uttavadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamanya Sawasidi Hum. Okay, first we're going to do short self-healing, okay? So we're going to continue with the book from the Gompa. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so page 26, yeah? Requesting the blessing of the Guru Buddha, yeah? Okay. In front is Rinpoche La in his rainbow body, in the center of the mandala, in the Palace of Enlightenment. Okay, and we do this and we receive the blessings of body, speech, and mind, quality, and action, okay? Om Guru Buddha Siddhi Hu. 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 Om Guru Buddha Siddhi. 5-element purification. Eho shude shude soha. 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 Yamo 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 shude shude soha. Ram ho shude shude soha. Ram ho shude shude soha. Ram ho shude shude soha. Ramo shude shude so. Ramo shude shude so. Lamo shude shude so ha. Lamo shude shude so ha. Lamo shude shude so ha. Lamo shude shude so. Lamo shude shude so. Bam shude so ha. Bam shude so ha. Bam shude so ha. Bam shude so. Bam shude so. Yam ram lam bam shude so ha. Absolute purification. On sobawa shuddha sawa dhamma sobawa shuddhoham. All phenomena are pure by nature, and so am I. So, we imagine that all phenomena melt into light like a rainbow dissolving into the sky. Also ourselves, we dissolve into all phenomena gather back into us, and we dissolve from the bottom and the top into our heart, which becomes one tiny point, and then our ordinary appearance of ourself disappears. We dissolve into the pure space of bliss and emptiness. From within bliss and emptiness, where each one of us was sitting, there's a lotus, a sun and a moon, and on there is a brilliant white beam of light, which is the pure nature of our own mind. This transforms, and in 1 second we arise in the form of Vajrasattva, the pure crystal being with a pure body, speech and mind. Speech means emotions, And we have a body of energy, not a physical body. So let's concentrate on that. In the center of our body is what we call the central channel, the tree of life, and at the side are the two side channels, which where the energy of our breath enters our subtle body. Opening the lotuses. Pamle pema jahanku, pamle pema jahanku, pamle pema sepo, pamle pema se, pamle pema nompo, pamle pema no, pamle pema mahapo, pamle pema maha. Pamle pema kapo, pamle pema kapo. Om ahum tramri. Now from the beaches arise the emblems of the 5 Supreme Healer Buddhas. Rile natso doje jankuri tramle nobu sepo tram. Honle doje nompo hum ale pema mapo a. Omle kolo kapo om o. Kolo nanse doje. A pema che doje. Doje mikyo doje. Tram nobu rincha doje. Ri naso doje toyon doje. Lama toyon doje kyen. Om Ahamogasiddhi Hum. Om Ahamogasiddhi Hum. Om Ahamogasiddhi Hum. Om Ahamogasiddhi. Om Ahamogasiddhi. Lama Rinchen Doje Ken. Om Aratna Sambhava Hum. Om Aratna Sambhava Hum. Om Aratna Sambhava Hum. Om Aratna Sambhava Hum. Om Aratna Sambhava. Lama Mikyo Doje Ken. Om Ahashobhya Hum. Om Ahashobhya Hum. Om Ahashobhya Hum. Om Ahashobhya. Om Ahashobhya. Lama Chodoje Ken. Om Amitabha Hum. Om Amitabha Hum. Om Amitabha Hum. Om Amitabha Hum. Om Amitabha. Lama Nanse Doje Ken. Om Mahavarojana Hum. Om Mahavarojana Hum. Om Avarojana Hum. Om Avarojana. Om Avarojana. Vajramaster Empowerment. Okay, so now we got to the point in the self-healing practice of the secret empowerment, yeah? Okay, so we're going to talk about that and then we'll do it, yeah? Rinpoche said always when we give the explanation, needs to be immediately together with the practice, okay? So, okay, hang on 1 second. Glasses, okay? Okay, so yesterday we talked a little, last 2 days, we talked a little bit about the 5 Dhyani Buddhas in a very short way, yeah? And we talked about the Vajramaster empowerment, how the Vajramaster empowerment is when all the 5 chakras are healthy and functioning, when they're working together, yeah? When we've actualized the mandala of the 5 Dhyani Buddhas inside of us, yeah? Okay? So that's what we were saying yesterday, yeah? So already that would be like a huge thing, no? Because it means we deal with our fear, no? Yeah, so it means when we get challenged, we're not afraid, we just look for a solution, yeah? And then when we're challenged financially, then we can just, find a way to think, to share material things, not just think about ourselves and our own particular needs. And then when somebody or something irritates us, we don't get angry and we have patience and we understand cause and effect, yeah? So no need to get angry here. If our throat chakra is working positively, then actually we have a lot of love, yeah? Very unconditional love and empathy, yeah? Many times they say the source of the emotions is the throat chakra, yeah? Okay, yeah? So this is very, very important to purify here, okay? I don't know, I feel somehow like our Rinpoche is very much connected with the Amitabha energy, like his feeling, like we like so much, yeah? Why was Rinpoche was doing a lot of Amitabha practice, yeah? Okay? Anyway, so if we purify the throat chakra, we always have positive communication, yeah? Only say nice things. Remember the famous looking with peace, talking with peace, peace with everything, everything with peace, yeah? So the way we communicate is very soft and sweet and nice, yeah? And then we understand what's my friend, what's my enemy, not in terms of anybody else, in terms of our own, what we should do ourselves, yeah? In Buddhism, we should try not to look at the others, but try and look at our own behavior, you know? That's enough to be getting on with. If we want to criticize somebody, we have a big field with ourselves, yeah? Okay? And we should leave the other people in peace, actually, yeah? Yeah. If our crown chakra is working positively, yeah, okay, when we get many kinds of, I would say, like, we have less closed-mindedness, yeah, okay, because we have many, many kinds of, you know, like, narrow minds in many, many different ways, many kinds of confusion, yeah, many kinds of unknowing, so that gradually clears away, and we're able to see things more clearly and more peacefully, okay? Okay, so if we get the 5 chakras working together, we're already like, you know, a balanced person, actually, aren't we? Yeah? Healthy, balanced person, yeah? Then, of course, in the self-healing, like we read this morning, no? There's many health benefits of opening the chakras, yeah? Okay, and having positive emotions, yeah? So it opening the blocked channels, yeah? It restores the health to various systems in your body, like the last one, no? Like the crown chakra, if we open there, what it's doing, it's helping what we call the cold nature energy, the phlegm energy in the body to flow better, yeah? So then many problems of the nerves and all kinds of different things are healed, yeah? Okay, so it's very, very important, yeah, to bring ourselves back into balance, yeah? So Rinpoche always emphasized a lot the healing part of self-healing, yeah? Okay? So if we're sick, of course, Rinpoche didn't say just do self-healing. Of course, you know, we also need to take care of the diet, the behavior, and then we should also seek medical treatment from whatever kind of doctor we connect with, yeah, okay, yeah. So it's like a package. We do all that plus the meditation, okay, yeah, okay. But anyway, Rinpoche said it was fine to use self-healing as a healing method to bring the body and mind back into balance, yeah. But then if we like, we could use it as a way of enlightenment, yeah. So how are we going to use it as a way of enlightenment, yeah? So if we want to do like this, actually, then we have to actually take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. We have, like we were talking these days, no? About this arch, yeah? The Torana, yeah? Around the thrones and the stupa, yeah? So it means we have to practice the 6 perfections. We have to actualize that if we want to go through into the kingdom of enlightenment, yeah? The way is to practice perfect ethics, generosity, ethics, patience, energy, concentration, and wisdom. We have to actualize it, yeah? When we say perfection, it's like paramita means crossing over, yeah? So it transforms us from an ordinary person into a superior person, yeah? Okay? So we need to do that, and then, as we said yesterday, if we want to use self-healing as a way of enlightenment, we have to actually practice the tantric vows, the behavior of tantra. So in self-healing, basically, there's the behaviors of the Dhyani Buddhas, yeah, okay, which we explained very shortly yesterday, yeah. So it's kind of like a checklist, yeah, okay. Like, for example, like Ratnasambhava is embodying generosity. So if I was the most generous person in the world, how would I be, yeah? Okay, so I would like try to help people materially, but not only that, I would give all kinds of, whatever positive thing I knew, I'd share with the others, yeah? And I would give like unconditional love, yeah, that's sort of generosity, no? And I would also protect others from fear. So there's many kinds of generosity, yeah? So these, what we call vow, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's just like, I don't know, like on the phone, we have all this on the phone these days, like checklist, to-do list, yeah? Okay, so if I want to be a completely generous person, I need to do this, yeah? Okay? Then you can see how am I doing, how's my percentage of being generous, or how's my percentage of being like akshobhya, being a super stable, non-angry person, yeah? So how am I doing, yeah? Then, okay, if I, you know. So anyway, so what we call a vow, people have a little bit, you know, oh, but, you know, actually it's just something to help us, yeah? Yeah? When we take these kind of vows, this samaya, it's actually we're committing ourselves to enlightenment, yeah? Okay? And if we don't do it, what will happen is we won't change. We'll just stay ordinary and boring, yeah? And miserable, yeah? Same, like normal, yeah? And if we do it, we'll become a much happier, healthier, better person, yeah, okay? So, you know, so it's a win-win situation, yeah? There's nothing to lose, everything to gain, yeah, okay? Yeah. So anyway, we talked a little bit about this yesterday. Anyway, it's in the self-healing now. Okay, so there's 19 kinds of behavior we need to deal with. Are there any questions about that? If not, I'll assume you know all about it and we shall continue, yeah? Any questions? No? About the 19 vows of the 5 Supreme Healers? No? So you all know everything. Great, fantastic. Then I'll continue, yeah? Sorry? We talked about, I think, yesterday or the day before. So we, you know, in self-healing every day actually, like this morning, no, we read, no, in our sadhana here, no, this nice one here. So it says, for example, we do Amoga Siddhi Home, and it says, in order to keep the healing energy of Amoga Siddhi, I must keep the commitments of Amoga Siddhi, which is to practice, to do outer, inner, and secret offerings, and make as many, yeah. And keep all, this is the most difficult one, and keep all the commitments. So Amoga Siddhi, he's all action, yeah? So you have to do everything, yeah? Yeah, so you mean, so anyway, so the Amoga Siddhi is the most like expansive one, yeah? Okay. Then the Ratnasambhava is to practice the 4 generosities, give material things, yeah? Okay, so regarding material generosity, okay, so there's various commentaries, of course, on the subject. Our Rinpoche Lama Caroline, he had a big pocket, and every time he used to see somebody poor, he used to put the hand in and pull out, I don't know, 50 or 10 or whatever was there, and we were like, ah, you know, like just this money would come out, you know, like, yeah. And any person, you know, he would just give without judgment, yeah. So that was Rinpoche practicing generosity, yeah. And everybody who said to him, Rinpoche, I need a sheep in Tibet, yeah, I need a motorbike, I need a whatever, I don't know, house or anything. So sure, yeah, if I can help you, I will. So Rinpoche really, really embodied that, yeah. Okay, we might find that a bit difficult, yeah. So anyway, some other lamas, they say at least, well, I heard one lama, he suggests that you get like one, because nowadays it's very difficult, no, situation. There's many, many, many poor people if you go out, you know. Like even to the supermarket, you meet like 10 people begging, yeah. So you get like one bag with small, like, I don't know, like small money and give like same to everybody. That's another way, no? Yeah. I heard another lama say like this suggestion, yeah? Okay. Anyway, try what one's best, yeah? Okay. To be generous materially, yeah? Also to even to birds and things, to give food, whatever you can, yeah? Giving positive information, so that means we should just give anything that helps, we should give fully and truly, you know? Do you know what I mean? We should not like keep anything back, yeah? So if there's something that will really help the others, we should say fully, not like, oh, if I say everything, then they will know more than me. I mean, the Buddhist idea is it's good, if they know more than me, good. Then they can do it. Like Rinpoche always said, he said it, the children should be better than the father, yeah, okay? Should give everything, yeah, okay? Rinpoche said many times, yeah? He said, I'm not taking anything to the cemetery. He said, we heard him, no? He said this many times, yeah? I'm leaving everything with all of you, yeah? It's true, yeah? Yeah? Full generosity, yeah? Of information, of healing methods and so on, yeah? Okay? So we need to take that example and do the same, you know? Yeah? Okay? Not only with Dharma things, but with anything positive that we know, you know? We should really be open and try and help the others, yeah? Okay? Then giving love. So love means to give, obviously, unconditional love. That just means may you be happy, not may I be happy, yeah? Yeah? You know, so like, I mean, the closest example I think we have is the mother for the child, no? Because it's about you, not me, yeah? Okay? Yeah? So anyway, so we should give as much unconditional love as possible. We were talking about this morning, no? The missing part, yeah? So very much missing is love, yeah? Okay, unconditional love without any strings attached, yeah? And this is one of the things why we were all so much attracted to Rinpoche, because he just loved everybody, yeah? And he truly looked at each one of us and like, I love you, I love you, I love you, yeah? And it's like it touched a part of us that, I mean, I don't know, maybe our mum, yeah, our mother maybe, or our grandmother felt like that, but nobody else really, you know, okay? So then anyway, so that's what we mean by the missing part, yeah, okay? Giving like this true empathy, you know, yeah? Yeah, so Rinpoche said we could start by at least smiling at each other. And like saying hello, he said we should have to go, hello, how are you? Smile, you know, and like this kind of thing. So we start from there, yeah? And then gradually we open up our selfish hearts, yeah? And then we become more and more Rinpoche-like, yeah? Like him, no? But at least we have a fantastic example. We saw how it was done, no? Yeah? We can't say we don't know the model, yeah? Okay? So this is our, let's say, our path to bliss is this, like, hello, how are you? Can I help you? Like Rinpoche, no? It was just totally like, whatever I can do for you, I will do it, no? And every single person he ever met, he was like that, yeah? Okay? So, we need to be more like that, yeah? Okay? Yeah? Third, okay, next one is to give protection from fear. Oh, yeah? Okay, protect people from difficulties. Because many times, you know, we have unknowing, yeah? So many times people don't even know, but they end up creating a problem for themselves and others. So if possible, okay, we try and protect them. Sometimes it's not so easy, but if possible, we do our best to save them from various situations where they will harm themselves, yeah? Okay? Okay, so these are the generosities of Ratnasambhava, yeah? Okay? Then the four samaya, the four commitments of, so actually Damsik, yeah? What it means, if you do it, you go up, yeah? Mind goes up. If you don't, well actually, traditionally it says if you don't do it, mind goes down, but we would say mind is already down, so there's no need. Just need to... So it's already down, so no problem, yeah? So if we do it, mind goes up, yeah? Yeah. You know, we're starting from a pretty low level, so it's okay, no problem, yeah? So we can only improve, yeah? Okay. Then Akshobhya, okay, we said keeping the Vajra, yeah, to remind us of bliss, and keeping the bell to remember emptiness, yeah? But what we have to understand is this means love, yeah? Okay, and this means peace, yeah? Okay? Okay, then we have a lot more fancy meanings, but if we don't have love and we don't have any sense of peace, all this fancy great bliss and all this is not going to happen, yeah? Okay? Because we're all, you know, we who are interested in Tibetan Buddhism and Vajrayana and all this kind of stuff, we're very much fascinated by this idea of new bliss and emptiness and all these kind of mystic experiences, yeah? But Rinpoche said again and again and again, okay? Yeah? If you want this super high, wonderful mystic experience, clear light and illusory body and union and new bliss and emptiness, well, first we need to have kindness and love, yeah? And also he said we need to have empathy and love towards our parents, yeah? Okay, yeah? Why? Because each one of us were from our two parents, no? Father and mother, yeah? Okay? And these two energies we need to transform, so... Okay, if our parents are still alive, that's good. But even if they're not still, we can, you know, develop, like, we can do many things to heal the relationship to our parents, yeah? Those two energies, yeah, okay? If your parents are dead anyway, you can do lots of Tonglen meditation, taking the suffering, sending the positive energy. You can say mantras, you can dedicate for their next life, yeah? Still many things to do. If they are alive, even easier, you can just go and spend time with them and care and so on, yeah? Okay? So Rinpoche said again and again, you know, like we want, like here on the temple, we want all the fancy roof with all the golden bits, yeah? Okay? But if we want that, first we need to build up the foundations. And what's the foundation? The foundation is to develop love, yeah? For empathy, open the heart, yeah? And to develop inner peace, yeah? Then all the rest is coming afterwards, yeah? So we can't jump these stages, yeah? And Rinpoche, again and again, for years and years, he emphasized like these very, actually quite simple things, yeah? And why he had to keep on emphasizing it? Because we were like not doing it, I suppose, no? We're a bit like, you know, yeah? So anyway, so keep the Vajra, need to develop empathy, huh? Yeah? Now this is all the rage, isn't it? Empaths, yeah? I need to be an empath, I need to understand other people, yeah? And their feelings, you know? I need to really empathize with their problems and have love for them, yeah? Okay, this is the basis of bodhicitta, yeah? And I need to understand how things exist, how things function. These are the two, actually, wings of the Mahayana, yeah? We need both of these to fly to enlightenment, like the Garuda, we can see. On top of the gateway to enlightenment, many Garudas, yeah? Okay? Actually, that one on top of Lama Tsongkhapa's gateway is really good now, yeah? That's like a super one for. Yeah. Looks a bit like a sort of look like chicken legs or something, yeah. But anyway, Super Garuda, yeah, okay. The rings of the Garuda are the union of peace and love, yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, so anyway, so if you're interested in Tantra, okay, you should. I'm not trying to advertise our shop but it doesn't matter because I don't get commission. They don't give me 1 cent, you know. But you should go and get yourself a Vajra and a bell, yeah, or you can get it on from the internet or somewhere, yeah, okay, wherever you like. But why you should have these things is because it has a very deep symbolic meaning, yeah, okay? Then you keep it in your house for, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and it occasionally reminds you, oh, you know, I need to develop empathy, I need to develop peace, you know? Yeah? It's like Christians, they have a cross now and things, you know? Why it's an important symbolic object, yeah, okay? Yeah? The basis of, like, you know, the spiritual path, yeah? So anyway, so if possible, you can buy yourself one of those for Christmas or something, yeah? Okay, if you haven't got one, yeah? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so keep the Vajra, keep the bell. The other one is to keep the pure relationship with the spiritual teacher, yeah? Okay. Okay, so how do you say? Living spiritual teachers are more difficult to have a pure relationship with than dead ones, yeah? Yeah? It's very easy when the teacher's passed away, yeah? Okay, but anyway, you know. But anyway, we were extremely lucky to have such a great master, you know, yeah? Yeah, so anyway, so what can I say? So lucky, yeah, okay? So anyway, Rinpoche said, you know, he always said that you should see the spiritual teacher, minimum like a friend, you know, yeah? And not have negative feelings, you know? That's I mean, if you receive an initiation or something, minimum is not come back later saying, that was rubbish, I hate you, you know, yeah? Yeah? Yeah, they always to have like some feeling of friendship and like, oh, that was so nice, that was so kind, you know, okay? That's the minimum, and of course there's many, many other levels, like our Guru Puja, yeah? If you want to go into it in detail, it lists in there in great detail, you know, the way to see the spiritual teacher from the point of view of the path of ethics and the Mahayana and the Vajrayana, yeah? So the spiritual teacher, there should be at least should be like practicing ahimsa, yeah, from the point of view of the path of individual liberation, yeah. So should be definitely promoting inner and world peace, yeah. The Buddhist ethics, everything is a branch of ahimsa, non-violence, yeah. Okay, and then there's some ways to be non-violent with the body, the speech, and the mind, yeah. Okay, yeah. So anyway, so in the commentaries of the Guru Puja, it explains, you know, basically they should be more peaceful, yeah. This is actually why we have different kinds of teachers, no? We have some who are like monks, some who are not lay people, no? And this is why we give like more respect to the ones who have the monastic background, because they have to more strongly practice non-violence, yeah, okay, yeah? Because they have to, you know, embody that lifestyle, yeah, okay? Yeah, okay, so that's one thing. Then from the point of view of the Mahayana, they must have like empathy, yeah, and be kind, yeah, and have some understanding of emptiness and interdependence and karma, how things exist and function. So in the ancient times, you know, it was like you had to collect all 10 points, you know. But they say nowadays, basically you have to find somebody who knows more than you and is kind, you know. That's what I heard, you know, the explanation, yeah, okay. Yeah, because to find one, maybe some exceptional person it could be, you know, like, you know. Fortunately, some lamas, there really are, like, I don't know, like His Holiness Kebje Trijang Rinpoche, no? This kind of people. Still some great masters, Tomo Geshe Rinpoche, yeah. Looks like really have, you know, can collect all the 10 points of the Pratimoksha and the Mahayana and the Vajrayana, yeah, okay. But they say if not, try and get one with as many points as possible. That means you have to get to know them, you know, yeah, okay. Yeah, so Rinpoche used to say that, of course, nowadays, you know, there's many gurus in the spiritual supermarket, yeah, but we should not go around just buying everything in the spiritual supermarket, and we should have, like, slowly get to know people, yeah, okay, you know, and he also used to say that, I mean, this is my translation. He used to say, gurus are not for Christmas, you can't give them back, yeah? Okay, he used to say, yeah? Once you have a guru, it's forever, you know, yeah? He said it's more than marriage, you know? Because if you, like, for example, if you meet somebody you don't like, you can divorce, no? But with a guru, the relationship is like actually from life to life, you know? A real Vajrayana guru, so, you know? So anyway, so there's many ideas on the subject, yeah? Yeah. Anyway, and then also the Vajrayana gurus, of course, they have to know all about it. They have to have done all the practice and all the retreat and the commentary and the fire puja and know how to do everything, basically, yeah? Okay? And actually be able to embody that, yeah? Okay? So anyway, so like that. Anyway, so whoever you choose as your guru, yeah? They should be more heavy in qualities than you, you know? And that somebody you actually trust, you know, that embodies that in some way, okay? Yeah? Yeah? And minimum, you should be friends, yeah? Yeah, I've like this, no, really, you know? So, I mean, it could be that later on you want to choose a different spiritual path, and it happens sometimes, you know? But then, for example, some friends here, no, they were here, and then after some time, no? Then they decide they want, they went back to their original spiritual tradition, no? Which Rinpoche always said, how wonderful, you know? Maybe you go back and be a better Christian than you were before, or whatever you want to do, no? Yeah? So it's no problem, but you should always have a feeling of like deep friendship and respect, yeah? Okay? That's the sort of thing that Rinpoche used to say on the subject, yeah? Of having, you know, a positive relationship with the spiritual teacher, you know? Okay? Anyway. Keeping the Vajra, keeping the bell, keeping a positive relationship with the spiritual teacher, and then keeping the mudra, okay? So this mudra means seal, so there's many like seal, like, how do you say, like in the post office, you know, this timbro, yeah, timbro, okay? So there's many different explanations of the timbro, of the mudra, yeah, okay? One nice one is that everything is stamped, you know, like here, I don't know about nowadays, but before, you had everything you had to do, every document here in Italy, there was you had to put a timbro, no? Yeah? For it to be officialized, yeah? So this idea of a timbro is very ancient, but what we're trying to stamp everything is with the nature of reality, yeah? Okay? Yeah, so it's like, what we're trying to do is like every single thing, this is empty, this is empty, this is empty, this is a dependent arising, because we don't think that, we think this exists from its own side, yeah? We always see things wrong, so we're stamping all phenomena, yeah? With the experience of reality, okay, yeah? So that's the first idea of mudra, okay, of timbro, yeah, okay? Yeah, and then there's many other ideas. Another idea is that we have to imagine ourselves, let's say, as Vajrasattva, as a Guru Buddha, yeah, okay, yeah. If you imagine yourself as a Guru Buddha, yeah, it's only possible if we understand to do it truly, if we understand how things exist and how things function, and if we have the basis of empathy and love and bodhicitta, yeah, okay. Yeah, so automatically, if we do it correctly, the experience of reality is there, okay, yeah. Yeah, so also, if we imagine ourselves as Vajrasattva or Buddhatara or somebody like that, yeah, yeah. So then everything is stamped with the nature of reality, yeah. And then there's many other meanings, yeah, which I will decline to say. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, then the three of Amitabha, yeah, Amitabha is about communication, yeah. So basically, yeah, it says we should practice and integrate the sutras, yeah, the Mahayana sutras and the tantras, yeah. Tantra has 4 different parts, yeah. So basically, we should hear about it and we should think about it and we should integrate these positive ideas of peace and empathy and love into our daily life, yeah. And there's many. Rinpoche said it's like a jeweled staircase, yeah. Many levels to get to the whole full integration, yeah. So that's the Amitabha thing, yeah. Okay. And then the Vairochana one, yeah, Rinpoche's favorite, yeah. Yeah. Rinpoche said, but he used to say, okay, didn't he? Okay, mudra, yeah. Yeah, he used to say that a lot, yeah. Everything's okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Vairochana Samaya or Damsig, what puts your mind up. Vairochana is about peace, yeah, okay. Take refuge in Buddha. Buddha means the awakening, yeah, okay. That means we have to recognize our own Buddha nature and try and actualize it, yeah. So we need to develop a pure and fully expanded mind, yeah, okay, yeah. which everybody can do, yeah, if we apply the right method. We need to take refuge in Dharma, which is the healing method that transforms our mind. And we need to take refuge in the Sangha, in the spiritual community. One of my friends here in Albagnano, one time he went to Rinpoche and he said, Rinpoche, I can take refuge in Buddha, I can take refuge in the Dharma, but the Sangha, I'm sorry, I can't. He said, can I take refuge in just 2 of them? Rinpoche said, no, you have to take refuge in all 3 of them. Yeah. I must say, actually, of all the things that happened recently, I think, honestly, we've become all more close, I think, we all become more close together. I think, Rinpoche was so overwhelmingly fantastic, yeah? That all of us, we could not help but just look at him, no? Because he was like the sun, no? Yeah? No chance to look at anything else, no? Impossible, yeah? But now that Rinpoche is, let's say, in another place, in another dimension, whatever, no? It's like now we start to look more at each other, and I think we all become more close and more together and actually more supportive, yeah? Okay? Which actually, that's good. I mean, anyway, sorry, it was a shame we couldn't do it before, but anyway, at least we're doing it now. So at least Rinpoche would be happy about that, yeah? Okay? For sure, yeah? That we become, not just like here in Italia, but internationally, like we all become more close together, I think, in the NgalSo tradition. No, it's true, no? Yeah? And I think, because of all this modern technology, now if you want to be in touch with all the Sangha members around the world and be friends, there's no problem, no? And I think people are, so that's good, yeah? So take refuge in the Sangha are good, yeah? Okay? Okay, so there's many kinds of Sangha. There's monk Sangha, you need a gathering of 4 monks to have a monastic Sangha, yeah? Okay, there's a Bodhisattva Sangha, so we're all aspiring and actualizing Bodhisattvas, so that could be us, yeah? And then there's the Dakha and Dakini Sangha, yeah? Yeah, this is the Palace of Enlightenment, yeah? Okay. So there's different kinds, yeah? Okay. But anyway, whatever, even if we don't quite fill the definition, but anyway, we're spiritual friends, no? If we stick together, we can do it. Yeah? What's it say? Together we can. Juntos podemos, yeah? Okay? If not, we can't, yeah? Well, most people, it's too difficult, yeah? So we need the spiritual community, the spiritual friends to, also it's nice, yeah? Okay, so take refuge in Buddha, take refuge in Dharma, take refuge in Sangha. Rinpoche said, every day 1 less negative action, every day one more positive action, and then he used to make the list, yeah? What was it? Every cup of coffee less is self-healing. Every cigarette less is self-healing. What did he say? Every Coca-Cola, that was another one, wasn't it? Coca-Cola less was self-healing. Anything else he used to say? Eh? Chocolate, he used to say. Really? I never heard that one. Really? Okay, so this one, I never heard this one before, you see. Nune says that Rinpoche said, every bar of chocolate less is self-healing, yeah? Especially aimed at Swiss disciples, yeah, apparently, yeah? Yeah? Anyway, well, the things that okay, so not just that, so you think, okay, no problem, no coffee, no cigarettes, I'm okay. Yeah, but it means everything that's harmful to us, we need to reduce, yeah? Now, Rinpoche, as far as I saw, very, very rarely did he say no to people. You should not do that. He always said, you should cut down, yeah? Because he understood, like, our nature was if we say no, if somebody says no, we just do more, no? Yeah? Like children, no? Yeah? Yeah, so anyway, so Rinpoche always said to many people, little by little, less, yeah? Okay, yeah? And every day, more and more, or every time, more and more positive action. So he said, very in Self-Healing 1, actually, if you read it, it's very, very funny, yeah? It's like, who's our friend, who's our enemy, yeah? And he's like, if we don't take care, we end up, what is it, like sleeping drunkenly with our head in the ashtray, as it says in Self-Healing 1. We wake up in the morning with our head in the garbage can, it says. After the party of the last night, and many other beautiful examples like this, yeah? So it means we should not harm ourselves, but okay, in many different ways, yeah? Okay? We shouldn't harm ourselves, we shouldn't harm the others, yeah? Okay? Anyway, so we need to have some self-responsibility, yeah? Okay? And then do everything you can to help the others, yeah? That's the third point of the Mahayana, yeah? Okay, yeah? Yeah, so do everything you can to help others, yeah, okay? From the smallest, it's a lot, no, yeah? From the smallest thing to the biggest thing, depending on what's possible, yeah? Rinpoche always said each one of you, us, we have our own capacity. Whatever capacity we have, we should use, because each of us have different skills, no? And abilities, so it said, whatever you can do, please do and use for the others, yeah, okay? And we have to do like this, no, okay? That's the Mahayana mind, it's about we, not me, okay? So anyway, so these are the 6 commitments of Vairocana, yeah? So what we can do is we can print it out and stick it on our fridge or our door or something, and then you can say, okay, how am I doing? Have I actually done one less negative thing today, or have I actually done 10, have I actually done anything positive today? Have I actually been nice to anybody, So this is a personal thing, And you have to just look at yourself and be honest and think, okay, maybe I could do a bit better, yeah? Yeah? So it's something to help us to grow and evolve, yeah? Yeah, I'd like to be like a super peaceful person like Vairocana, so I need to do like that, yeah? Okay? Yeah? And I want to be a super fearless person like a Mogasiddhi, so I need to follow that way, yeah? So how am I doing? What's my percentage of enlightenment, yeah? So the 19 vows of the 5 Supreme Healers are like that, yeah? And actually, at the time of the Vajramaster empowerment is when we actualize it, yeah, when it becomes real. Why? Because Vajrama, like anything, if you're a master of something, it means you have to embody it, no? So you can't really go around teaching Tantra and things if you don't actually follow it, no? Yeah? So you have to embody those ideas, those concepts, and, be true to it, yeah? Okay? So that's why at that point we fully actualize the tantric vows, yeah? Have to, yeah? Okay, so any questions? Or shall we go on to the secret empowerment, yeah? Yeah? Secret empowerment? Okay. Okay, so obviously this is secret, yeah? So secret means there's not much to say on the subject, yeah? Actually, I looked at what Rinpoche said, from what I wrote down. Let's see what he actually said, yeah? Yeah? Okay, so in Vajrayana, in the highest Yoga Tantra, we have 4 empowerments, Vars empowerments, remember? Vars empowerment is about purification, so purifying the energies of the chakras one by one and then together, yeah? And the main part of the self-healing practice of Amoghasiddhi, and Ratnasambhava, and Kshobhya, and Amitabha, and Vairocana are actually Vars empowerments, yeah? Okay? That means it's this sense of purifying the negative emotions and the energies and the health, yeah? And then taking in all positive qualities, yeah? Okay? And what we call the concluding Vars empowerment, where we actualize, let's say, in one sense, the mandala of the 5 Dhyani Buddhas is the Vajramaster, yeah? Okay? Part, yeah? And at that point, all our chakras are open and flowing together, and we are actually finally became a healthy, balanced person, yeah? Okay? So Rinpoche said many times that would be a kind of enlightenment, yeah, if we were normal, healthy people, yeah? Because these days it's difficult now, so many different, yeah? In this Kali Yuga, yeah? Even to be a very healthy person is not so easy now, so anyway, but we strive for that, yeah? Okay? So then the secret empowerment, yeah? So 1 second, let's look in the book. In the magic book of Lama Caroline. Okay, so secret empowerment, 1 second, yeah? Okay, so somehow we know extremely well, but Rinpoche said, you know, but you don't know, yeah? Okay, especially with this actually, because thing is, yeah, okay, everybody knows at this point we have to go, Om Mani Padme Hum, etc. Everybody knows this, yeah? But that doesn't mean that we know the secret empowerment, yeah? Because what we're doing, yeah, okay, this is symbolic, yeah, of the inner white, what we call white bodhicitta, one special energy from the crown, flowing down the central channel, yeah, which is we symbolize in many different ways, yeah, and what we call the tumo fire, yeah, blazing up and going up, which is actually a very super high, powerful Kundalini experience, okay, yeah. So all these things, there's all kinds of explanation, but there was one famous Lama called Lama Tubten Yeshi, yeah, okay, which some of you knew, no, from here. He also had a centre here in Italia, yeah. And also we knew him in England, yeah, okay. So he used to say, very nice, he used to say, chocolate is brown, it's square, it's made of cacao, and it's made of sugar and milk, yeah? But it said if you put it in your mouth and eat it, it's completely different from the explanation, isn't it, yeah? Okay? Yeah? No, it's true, no? Yeah? Didn't he, Roy? He used to say that. Did he say anything else on the subject? Yeah? Yeah, but I always remember this because I thought it was super nice, yeah? Yeah? So now actually at this point, if it happens, yeah, okay, the empowerment that we experience directly, yeah, okay, and it's something you can't say, you know, yeah, yeah, it's an experience it's like basically you would have what in the West is called a Kundalini experience, yeah, of your. What we call that in the Tibetan Buddhism, we call the inner fire blazing, going up through your central channel, which you have opened and straightened by doing the practice many times of self-healing, and also opening the lotuses, and also, by the way, by doing the Trollcore, you know. The Trollcore is to straighten out your nerves, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. Because one thing is, okay, of course, we all get old, yeah, okay, this hurts, that hurts, you know, I can't see, I can't do this, but also your channels get old, and Rinpoche used to say your channels get, shriveled, dried up, and stuck together, which doesn't sound very attractive, no, yeah? So what we want to do is have, like, they say our channels should be, like, very soft and flexible, like a flower petal, yeah, okay? So these are the young versions. So first we need to regenerate our inner channels and make them soft and flexible, yeah? So all the other fantastic things that we do, yeah? Like, for example, all this Trollcore stuff is to actually get the channels to be flexible and open, yeah? Okay? So that the energies can flow, yeah? Okay? And I must say, actually, like, during the pandemic, yeah? Okay, I had a lot more free time, let's say, yeah? Okay? A lot of time at home, yeah? So I was trying to practice Trollcore a little bit, yeah? And I had crack from my toe to the top vertebrae on, you know, the one that connects your head to your spine, yeah? It was really quite something, all the cracks. I thought, I can't have another crack in that place, you know? Like, it's amazing how much it readjusts. I mean, sorry if there's any osteopaths here, but you can save yourself thousands of euros on osteopathy doing Trollcore, yeah? Because it does readjust your spine, yeah, okay? And your skeletal system, and it's opening, yeah? Because if it's blocked, your energy is not going to flow right, yeah? So a lot of the Trollcore movements, these funny movements, are to, you know, readjust your spine, actually, yeah? So, like, clack, 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 it's amazing how many clack, clack, clacks you have doing these weird Trollcore movements, yeah? When people see the Trollcore, they think this is a funny kind of yoga, yeah? So I think you should think it's more like osteopathy, actually, yeah, okay, yeah. It's do-it-yourself osteopathy for yogis, yeah, okay, yeah. Plus, it's to rebuild our channels and chakras and our inner elements, yeah. All this needs to be healthy, yeah, okay. So these kind of practices are a big support for meditation, yeah, okay. So if you can possibly join the Trollcore, it would be extremely beneficial. Roy, would you like to say something about it? Roy has got a Trollcore hut in his garden, yeah? Why don't you come and tell us something about Trollcore? I know he has a little yogi's hut, yeah? And every morning he goes and does Trollcore in his garden shed, yeah? Since many years, yeah? He's actually 150, yeah?
Well, so the first time I came across Trollcore was at Lama Caroline's house. And he showed a black and white video of a very serious-looking master in Tibet looking down, and a yogi was sitting on the floor and cross-legged, and he flew up in the air about 6 feet or something, and down, crash on this stone floor. And he said, I'm going to teach you this soon, okay? I can't remember, I don't know. 150 years ago, yeah. Anyway. Anyways, it was, again, we had the summer course, and we had our sort of first sort of Trollcore experience from We're down in the Golden Place. Yeah. Okay. And also in here. And Rinpoche was demonstrating the jumping on his throne. He just went up and broke it. Yes. Yes, right. Yes, yes, that's right. Yeah.
When was this roughly?
Some years ago.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
It's true, Rinpoche broke the throne, no? They had to fix it. He did like this, no?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's probably about 12 years ago, I should think.
You mean Dr. Well, he did all these things with the animals, didn't he? All these like animal movements, yeah?
Anyway, when we started doing these exercises in the Golden Place and here, I felt really good from it actually. So I continued to do it from the summer through the winter, and even when it was like snow on the ground. Well, not really. You kind of your body heats up, so you're okay, you know. But yeah, during the pandemic, unfortunately, I let it all lapse for a couple of years. It's unfortunately, and I've really noticed more sort of weight gain. I was coming out here going, and really kind of energy blocked, sluggish, and everything. So I thought I've got to do something about this. This can't go on, you know, the wobbly belly, you know, and everything. we know, yeah. I put some effort in the last 6 weeks, and I'm starting to feel good again. Yeah. So I can thoroughly recommend it to everybody. And my shed's not big enough now. Well, not because I'm, well, maybe. But my son was very interested. When I went back to England recently, we were doing it in the back garden, and it rained, and we couldn't do it because 2 of us couldn't do it in one place. And also he's like over 6 foot, so the shed was too small. So I'm just going to build a big sort of 6-meter dome in the back garden. Well, it's sort of my own sort of borobudur, because I really miss the energy of the place when I'm here, because it's real Shambhala. So I thought, well, the solution is I've got to create my own Shambhala at home. So this is my latest attempt at that. Okay, thank you.
So, actually, in the NgalSo Tantric Healing group on Signal, yeah, yesterday I posted like a recording that we made here in Albagnano before the pandemic of showing the NgalSo Trulko, yeah, with 4 friends doing it, yeah. So anybody that is interested, if you can look there, yeah, and you can just basically, first you just try and follow, yeah, okay, yeah, learn the movements, yeah, okay. That's a start, yeah. But the main thing is, okay, you have to do it together with receiving the blessings of the Guru Buddha, yeah. Then it's completely different, yeah, okay. Also, it's not a yoga that should be commercialized, yeah, because it's exclusively for meditators, yeah, okay. This is why we're not so keen to spread it, yeah, okay. Because many other forms of yoga, they become, I don't know, something completely different from how they were originally, you know, yeah. So anyway, so if you like to look, it's in the Signal group of our NgalSo retreat group, yeah. But with the Trulko, one thing is to, okay, there's all these interesting movements to unblock the spine and so on, but you have to learn to do it holding the breath, yeah? This is the main, like, say, key point that maybe people didn't catch, I think, of, yeah? How it's different from other yoga. It's not like Hatha yoga, okay, yeah? Yeah? The point is you hold your breath in order to increase your inner energy, and then you have some movements to unblock blockages, yeah? Okay? Yeah? So that's how the Trulko means like a mechanism in Tibetan, yeah, okay? So it's like a machinery it's like a generator, yeah? So what we're using is our body and mind to generate inner energies, yeah, okay? So I personally thought the best, apart from, we have a group here in Albagnano, so anybody here, you're welcome to join in the mornings at 8:45, yeah, okay? Here in the Gompa, no, Matthias? Yeah, please come, who likes, please come and join here. And you can learn the movements here. People who are following on the streaming, yeah, you can look at the little recording we made of four of our friends doing Trulko here in Albagnano. Hopefully, in about a week, Eduardo Gonzalez is coming, our very good yoga teacher, yeah, and he's going to explain about the breathing, yeah. The breathing is the key, okay, I would say, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, and if you can do the breathing part, the generator will work, otherwise it will not, yeah, okay? This is my opinion on the subject, yeah, okay? So anyway, so in about a week we can have a go together with Eduardo, which will be very nice, yeah, okay? So anyway, so we need this kind of, okay, so we need secret empowerment. We need many things, yeah, okay? We need basis of love and compassion, yeah, okay? Yeah. We need to practice Buddhism, Mahayana Buddhism, yeah, okay? We need to develop healthy inner elements. We need to open our chakras. Yeah. Now we're talking about high things. Yeah. Okay. And the main part of the self-healing practice is healing our chakras and healing the elements. Why? Because it's what we need right now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And if we could, like, for example, deal with our anger issues in our heart, that would be wonderful. Like one kind of enlightenment. Yeah. The last part, the secret, the wisdom, and the word empowerment, is very high practices. Yeah. Okay. For later, you know. Okay. To fully realize them, yeah. But anyway, so let's see what Rinpoche last said, yeah, okay, so many things, yeah, okay. Okay, so let's have a look, yeah. Okay, so we do like Om Mani Padme Hum, yeah, this is the mantra of Chenrezig. Actually, what Rinpoche said, he said, we always do Om Mani Padme Hum when we do the secret empowerment, but actually Rinpoche said, if you want, you can do the mantra Om Benza Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Humpe, yeah, okay? But he said he preferred not to put that in the general sadhana, yeah, okay? But if you like, you can try, that's like more powerful, yeah, okay? So if you want to try that one, you can very welcome see what happens, yeah, okay? And anyway, what we need to do is develop the tumo, basically, yeah? And so, okay, so then actually we need the commentary on the 6 yogas of Naropa, so we need to have a course on it, yeah? Okay? So Rinpoche La, in his other life, when he was Panchen Zampo Tashi, the second abbot of Tashi Lumpo, he made a beautiful commentary based on how to develop the 6 yogas of Naropa, based on the commentary of Lama Tsongkhapa, which Rinpoche La asked Sherab to translate, and we are going to print it, okay? When we bring out the book, we can make a beautiful course on the 6 yogas of Naropa, yeah, okay? This we have to do if we want to develop the secret empowerment, yeah, okay? Yeah, we need all these like methods, yeah, okay? Actually, many, many years ago in the company in 1992, we had, maybe some of you remember, yeah, who were there, we had Geshe Tenda, you know, like 1 month after Rinpoche started with self-healing, he called Geshe Tenda, who explained like the Trulko and something of the 6 yogas Naropa, no, in the Kumpan Gompri, Milano, no? Yeah? So they have to go together, yeah? Please, do you want to say something, Yuna? Do you want to say something? I think you remember, no? Yeah, we had like Geshe Tenda, actually now Geshe Tenda, his new incarnation, came here, now he's Mongolian, yeah? But that time he was like very, very old, yeah? Tibetan High Lama, friend of Lama Ganshin, and he came to the, it was about 70 or 80, wasn't he, or something, yeah? So maybe 70s, yeah? So then he started to show us all these exercises, no? And we all try in the Gompa how to do, didn't we, yeah? Okay. Yeah. So anyway, so we must learn how to do all these things, okay, yeah? Okay. So I think this is one course we could definitely organise here in Albagnano, yeah? That we should, yeah, okay? But not today, okay? Yeah, sorry, but we have to do properly, yeah, okay? Yeah? So then, let's see what Rinpoche last said, okay? Okay, so if Rinpoche said, what did he say here? Okay, he said, we imagine we are a pure crystal, we visualize ourselves as a pure crystal being, Vajrasattva, yeah, sat on a throne, embracing our peace consort, yeah? Okay, and in this way, the tumo blazes, the inner fire, yeah? And here, okay, here is the female energy, which is the nature of fire, like this picture, no? Okay, on the Rinpoche throne, yeah? Here is the female energy, which is the nature of the solar energy. Here is the male energy, which is the nature of the moon energy, yeah? Yeah? Like the sun energy, by the way, is the Shakti quality, yeah? The creative energy related to the female energy in the Indian Tantric system, yeah? Okay, so this inner fire needs to blaze up, but in like a very particular way, like in a very straight up and not outwards, yeah? Yeah? So the point is not to make yourself feel hot. You see on YouTube, no? I've seen on YouTube plenty of people demonstrating tumo, like sitting on blocks of ice and, melting blankets soaked in freezing water and this kind of stuff, yeah? Now, I heard several of my Tibetan teachers saying, well, why don't you just get a hot water bottle? He said, nowadays we've got heating. This is not necessary. The point of tumo, is not that. Maybe in the Himalayas, yeah, okay. In ancient times, it's true they had these methods of tumo and what we call chulen, taking the essence as a survival method, because if you wanted to go and live in a freezing cold cave in the Himalayas, yeah, with hardly anything to eat, it was kind of necessary to be able to survive super cold temperatures and eat very little, yeah, and not die, yeah, okay. But nowadays it's not necessary, yeah, okay? Times have changed, yeah? So now the tumo, all the Tibetan masters I ever heard, they say it should just use to, on the basis of love, compassion, empathy, and go straight up your central channel and not go outwards through your body, yeah? Okay, that's the correct way to do, yeah, okay, yeah? Yeah? So what would happen then is, so Rinpoche explained this many times. Here is, okay, it's like a moon, here's the sun. So this, like, he said it's like a kind of icicle or something, yeah? Like, what do you call it? Like an ice stalactite, yeah? Which starts to melt, and as it drips down, we're doing this, yeah? We have something called bodhicitta, which, like, let's say is the essence of life within our subtle energy body, yeah? So what we try and do is, like, hold it, to make it go slowly descending through the chakras, yeah? And this, it's a bit like, I don't know, like, what do you call it, like Tai Chi or Qigong or something. You're supposed to hold the drop, when you're doing this, yeah, okay? Yeah, it's not just like, yeah? You're supposed to, this is holding the drop in the crown chakra, yeah, okay? And then here, so it's gradually dropping down, and Rinpoche used to say it's like, I think this is like an Indian example. If you get a can of condensed milk, yeah, like they have this like sweet condensed milk that they like in the tea, no? So if you stick a hole in the condensed milk and it like kind of comes out like a sort of like, what do you call it? Like a, I don't know. It's like yeah, yeah. So it's all, if you pour honey, no, it's like a little bit thick, isn't it? Yeah, okay. And so anyway, so you should imagine like this. It's going down your central channel, yeah, okay. Like gradually, and as it descends, it's giving the experience of bliss, yeah? So we're all super interested to have this bliss, and I'm looking at what Rinpoche said here, yeah? So he said, this bliss is not a normal bliss, yeah? He said, this bliss is better than any normal experience you can have. Because we think, okay, bliss is like sex, no? Okay, yeah? But he said, this bliss is much more than any physical experience we can normally have, and actually, it spreads throughout your entire body, yeah? It's a kind of like, I don't know, like, bliss on steroids, yeah? Every part of your body is experiencing bliss. Your eyeballs, your ear, your everything, yeah? Your fingernails, the whole of you is experiencing bliss, yeah? Okay? When you have this experience, yeah? Okay? So, Rinpoche said, okay, we visualize ourselves as Vajrasattva, sat on a throne, yeah? Embracing the peace consort. So the tumo fire blazes, yeah? And then this white bodhicitta, the essence of life, is dripping down, yeah? And he said this, so he said, as we need to hold the energy in our chakras, yeah, okay? Okay, so then, so he said we need to stimulate our inner Tumo fire for this to happen, yeah, okay? Which is like a very important part of the yogic tradition, yeah? And then by clapping our hands at our crown, throat, heart, navel, and secret chakra, we cause the melting white bodhicitta dripping down from our crown chakra to be stabilized in our throat, heart, navel, and secret chakra, yeah? Yeah, and then he said that Rinpoche said this many times, yeah? I'm sure this is what he was experiencing, yeah? Okay. So first they talk about 4 joys. It's called like joy, great joy, supreme joy, and spontaneous new bliss and emptiness beyond words, thoughts, and expressions, yeah? Okay. So it means it just gets like bigger, 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 bigger until it becomes like indescribable, yeah? Okay. So this essence of life needs to go down the central channel and then not go out, yeah? And then it needs to go back up again, yeah? It's a bit like, like a lava lamp, like in the 1960s, yeah? They had those lava lamps, with the wax that would float up and float down, yeah? Yeah? So it needs to be something like a lava lamp, yeah, with the bodhicittas going up and then going down again within the central channel, yeah? Okay? Yeah? So anyway, like I said, these things, it's like you have to, it's brown, it's sweet, it's made of cacao, but if you taste it, it's completely different, yeah, okay? Yeah? But what we can do is request our guru's blessing, yeah? And do all the exercise, and then we try, who knows, maybe it might happen, why not, yeah? Can do, no? Okay, actually, in the self-healing, no, we do like this, yeah, okay? First we do the male energy descending, and then we do the female energy rising. But in some of our other practices, like for example, Tara Chittamani and Vajrayogini, the female energy rises up first, yeah, okay? Which to me, I must say, I always thought that was, how the tumo blazing and then it melts the thing and coming down, yeah? But some practices are put from the point of view of male experience, some practices are from the point of view of female experience, So I don't know, maybe for women, the female energy rising is easier to experience, and I don't know what men experience. Do men experience, would any men like to comment, yeah? Yeah? Yes? Roy, Franco, yeah? Is it, as a man, yeah, do you feel it easier for the feeling of the energy descending than the energy rising, yeah? Yeah? Matteo says yes. Any other? Roy? Yeah. Yeah? Okay. Equal for Roy. Anybody else like to give an opinion? Yeah? Don't know? Yeah? Matthias, what do you think? I know this is a serious question, yeah, because I asked many women, yeah, how do you feel? And they all said they felt more easy, the female energy rising, yeah, okay? Yeah? Yeah? So do men, yeah? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, right? Okay. Do men find it easier for the male energy, the feeling of the energy descending, or it's just rising? Okay. 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 Anyway, okay. So no, it's interesting to know, no? Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, the male energy descends and then goes back up again, yeah? And this Tumo fire, Tumo means the fierce mother, yeah? It means the Shakti, the Kundalini that's the essence of life that's going up through the chakras, okay, yeah? And if this thing switches on, you will think the turbocharger in your car is nothing, yeah? Yeah, if you switch the Kundalini, the Tumo, yeah? Like Rinpoche, no? Yeah? He was like full, like turbocharged, wasn't he? Yeah, this like example of somebody living through that energy, no? Like never stop, never stop, never stop. Yeah, always energy for the ups. We get yeah, we run out of energy, but Rinpoche, yeah. Finally, okay, body would yeah, but it always had this energy, like all the time, like active, no? Yeah, didn't it? Yeah. And that's what made him, one of the things that made him incredibly special, no? Like this continuous energy. And he did he said, what did he say, lived 500 years in one lifetime, I think he said, no? Yeah? think sometimes he said 400 years in one lifetime, no? Because he was like we saw, full power all the time, you know? This Kundalini, this Tumo energy is activated, yeah? So, why we make a lot of preparation for this is because whatever your personality is, if you put a turbocharger on it, you become a bigger version of how you are, yeah? This is why we spend a lot of time developing empathy, the wish to help others, to take, you know, like positive things, because also, I mean, imagine if you have, like, I don't know, imagine you're a compulsive gambler, yeah? And you put a turbocharge on that, yeah? Okay. Yeah, it's possible, no? If we have some mental defect, yeah? So whatever you have is magnified. This is why in Buddhism we have a very strong preparation of, like, you know, non-violence and peace ethics and empathy and love and compassion. So we turbocharge the right things, yeah? No, it's true, yeah? Yeah? Yeah, because it really, you know, if you turbocharge the wrong part of your personality, it would be like, you know, yeah? Yeah? So this is why we have this thing called the jeweled staircase, yeah? Okay, so you know, so then you have a very clear channel where the energy will go, yeah? You know, it's like when there's like a lot of rain, no? There needs to be a storm channel for the water. If not, the water just goes everywhere, yeah? It will go whatever place it can find, yeah? So it's the same with the tumo, yeah? Okay? So we need very clear in our mind, like I'm a kind person, no? Then if I turbocharge myself, I become like Rinpoche. Here, have some money, do this, you know? I love everybody, you know? Okay? So boost that part of the mind, yeah? Okay? So, anyway. Oops. Okay. So anyway, so now secret, it's gone off. Perhaps that means maybe that's enough on the subject, yeah? Maybe we'll just look a little bit what it says here, no? Okay. Rinpoche did actually write a little explanation at the back of Self-Healing 2, yeah, in his magic book, yeah? I mean, it says here, no? In the book, in Rinpoche's book, no? It says, okay, Om Mani Padme Hum, and it says, for more information, see commentary. I was thinking, where's this commentary? So there is actually something at the back here, no? So it explains, let's have a look here. Hang on 1 second. No, oh, yes, here we are. It says, this is the Rinpoche's commentary on the Secret Empowerment, yeah? Explanation 225 in the English edition. 25, yeah? So it says, explanation of the 16 joys, yeah? Okay. Due to the inner fire blazing at the navel, the white bodhicitta, or male energy at the crown chakra, melts and flows down the central channel, yeah? When it reaches the throat chakra, we experience joy. When it reaches the heart chakra, we experience extraordinary joy. When it reaches the navel chakra, we experience supreme joy. When it reaches the secret chakra, we experience spontaneous great joy. We should meditate on this spontaneous great joy for as long as possible. It is the Mahamudra union of inseparable bliss and emptiness, yeah? Yogis and yoginis, familiar with this experience, have divided each of the 4 joys into the 4 levels of increasingly blissful experience. This makes 16 joys in total, yeah? Actually, also in the Kala chakra, no, we have the inner zodiac, yeah? Which are these increasing blisses as the bodhicitta descends. But they explain in terms of the ecliptic, no, the 12 houses of the zodiac, no? And here is Aries and there is Pisces, yeah? So we have this very interesting inner zodiac upon which the sun and the moon is moving, yeah? So the sun and the moon is the white and the red bodhicittas, yeah? Okay? So there's a lot of like beautiful symbolic methods, yeah? But main thing is we just have to like connect with the Guru's blessing and try it, yeah? You know? If it doesn't work, Rinpoche said that means we need more. I mean, we might say, okay, oh, I've done it, yeah? Okay, I've done, yeah? And I don't feel this spontaneously great joy and everything. Why not? That means we're missing something, yeah? So we need to accumulate what we call more merit and more wisdom, yeah? Okay? More positive energy. It's like if your car doesn't have any fuel, yeah? Okay? Or your electric car doesn't have any electricity or whatever it is these days, yeah? Yeah? We need more energy, yeah? How do we get more energy, yeah? So punya, we need to we need to do, basically, do good things, do positive things, help the others, yeah, okay? Yeah, and like, how to say, Rinpoche used to say the phone, no, yeah? The karma, there's different karma tariff, yeah? He used to explain, no? He used to get his phone and say, which like when he first got the phone, no? Yeah? I'm speaking with my friend in Milano and it's super nice, and then I call my friend in Tibet and I'm speaking, and then the phone bill comes and all my friends have heart attack, yeah? Yeah? Why? Because different calls have different tariff, no? Yeah? So I said like that, our actions have different tariff, yeah? So some of them are super expensive, yeah, negative actions. But also on the positive sense, some actions are super positive, yeah? So we need to know what's the most super positive action, yeah? So we can accumulate as much and charge our energy as fast as possible, yeah? I remember when we were in the company in Milano, the phone company used to call us up, yeah? And they used to say, what are you doing? Is this a private residence? Because, how come you've got a 5,000 euro phone bill, you know? No, it's true, yeah? They couldn't believe that this was a private house, yeah? Sorry? Please. No, please. I'm sure you remember something. It's true, no? And then I'm sure some kind people offered to pay this enormous bill, like Rinpoche, I don't know how much was, anyway, Rinpoche's helping people all the time, yeah? So I used to use this example, yeah, of the phone bill, yeah? So, punya, if it doesn't work, we need more positive energy, yeah, okay? So, do something to help the others, yeah? And how do you know if you're accumulating punya? Because you start feeling happy, yeah? If you start feeling miserable, it means our inner heart bank account is getting empty, yeah? Okay? Yeah, it's true, yeah? So if you wake up in the morning and you feel super fantastic and you don't know why, this is because you're increasing your positive energy, yeah? Okay? So we can monitor how we're doing. If we start feeling depressed and miserable, it means the energy is going, yeah? Okay? So I don't know, the thing is, we do many actions, yeah? But we're not aware of the cost, yeah? So it's like, nowadays it's like money's getting like virtual, isn't it? So imagine, I don't know, we go on internet shopping and we like to buy things, but we don't know how much things cost, yeah? And then one day we get a shock because all the money's gone out our bank account, yeah? So our problem is this, that we don't know how to monitor. But I think one way to monitor how much is in our inner heart bank account is if we're happy or not, yeah? Okay? Yeah? And then, of course, on higher, like Rinpoche, no? Rinpoche had this incredible ability to manifest impossible possible, no? Why? Because he had a super incredible amount of positive energy, yeah? Accumulated since, not only in this life, but many lifetimes, yeah? There's all kinds of incredible stories about, about, I don't know, like he used to get all his money and give it away and all sorts of things to everybody, Why? To accumulate punya, Yeah? I mean, so somebody like Rinpoche, how was it all possible from nothing to all the things he did in the world? Because he had incredible accumulated positive energy, yeah? Okay? So what we need to do is start to be nice to people. If you see somebody who needs something, help them, yeah? This is how to accumulate punya. It's easy, And there's all kinds of people and animals who need help, yeah? Okay? And just start by being kind, listening, Ask them what they need, and then if you can, try and help them, yeah? Okay? So, of course, there's some people who are considered more karmically, like better investment than others, but anyway, we should be nice to everybody, yeah? And help everybody, yeah? Yeah? Okay, that's the best, yeah? Okay? So anyway, so if it's not working, we need to accumulate more positive energy by practice, by helping the others, by all kinds of spiritual projects, by saving the planet, Many, 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 many things we can do. Here we have an infinite amount of punya creating activities. No money, no pay is not money, it's in punya here, around here, yeah? Okay? Yeah? So if you want your inner heart bank account to become full of positive energy, just hang around here and there's plenty of stuff you can do, Okay? Yeah? Yeah? I mean, anyway, so this is, for modern people, this is a difficult concept to actualize, because we always say, show me the money, isn't it? Like my father frequently used to say to me, like, oh, how much do you get paid? I was saying, well, all this what you do, you know. And I say, yeah, but we're not just getting paid in money, we're paid in something else, you know, in positive energy, you know, yeah. Yeah? So anyway, so this one is another thing we need to understand by our experience, yeah? But basically, if things work out for you super easy, it's because you have a lot of punya, yeah? Which actually is a result of past accumulation. But when everything is going super nice, it actually means we're spending, yeah? We're using our karmic credit card and we're spending it, yeah? So every time we have a nice time, we should then do something positive, you know, to put the positive energy back in our heart bank account, yeah? Okay? So anyway, so if it doesn't work, we need more punya, okay? We need to go to the recharging station, yeah? Okay? Yeah? And here's together with Om Mani Padme Hum, Chenrezi, love and compassion. The basis of punya is love, yeah? Okay? Yeah? Yeah? So positivity is based on may you be happy, yeah? Okay? Yeah? May you be well, may you be happy, can I help you, can I do something for you, yeah? Okay? Okay? So anyway, so Rinpoche says, yeah? He says, one second. Oops, one second. Glasses. In his commentary on the secret empowerment, yeah? He says, okay, yeah? He says, use of Om Mani Padme Hum for this practice. This is page 227. Om Mani Padme Hum contains the energy of the 6 perfections of sutra, perfection of generosity, ethics, patience, energy, concentration and wisdom. Babel was, is she still here? She was here before, no? Yeah? Yeah? Babel, are you here? Okay. So the Chenrezi mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, yeah? It's actually colored with like for the colors of the Dhyani Buddhas, yeah? 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 Oh, Babel, hi. Chenrezi mantra, maybe you come and talk about this, yeah? Here Rinpoche says the Om Mani Padme Hum contains the essence of the 6 perfections, yeah? Like this way you were painting, according to our tradition, of the white, the red, the blue, the yellow, the green, of, yeah? Would you like to come and share this for us, yeah? Yeah? Yeah, because I think almost everybody in the world knows Om Mani Padme Hum, yeah? And Rinpoche, we used to spend like hours and hours and hours singing Om Mani Padme Hum, no? Nune, can you give us a melody?
Om Mani Padme Hum Ri. 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 Om Mani Padme Hum Ri.
They used to, I don't know, when in the 90s, no? People used to call Rinpoche the singing Lama, yeah? And I must admit, like me, for example, when I first met Rinpoche and all of you, so beautiful, you know, like never heard anything like this, all these incredible mantras with blessing, yeah? So beautiful. We spend like hours and hours and hours like enjoying like these blessings, no, together with Rinpoche, like satsang, no? All these beautiful mantras together in the Kumpen Gompa, no? So beautiful, no? We should do more of this here, actually, you know? No? Yeah? Ah, perfect, yeah. What time? Okay, Dharma singing, 8:30, where? Restaurant, okay, please. So beautiful, yeah? If you like to go, please, yeah? Even you can come a little late to the puja, it's okay if you like. We don't mind. If you like more Dharma singing, it's fine, yeah? Okay? Everything is beautiful. Please, Babel,
Yes, what you're saying, sorry.
about Om Mani Padme Hum and the colors, you know, how it's the
The colors now, I don't know if I remember exactly now, even if I did there is a card around, I did a garland, a small garland. I did a small garland in a card, I don't remember exactly, but I think it's following the colors of the chakras, like Om, Ma. So I think if white, Ma, red, Ni, no, Ni I think is yellow.
But remember, in our tradition,
Yeah.
there's one like white, red, blue, yellow, green, like self-healing.
I did one for you. Yeah.
Yeah, you did one for me.
I can try to find some pictures because I have pictures, but I don't remember now exactly. Actually, who is coming who has loads of things about Mani Padme Hum that I always ask, advise is Tonla. He knows a lot about this mantra. Actually, when I do, I take my notes. And I did one particular for you that we said the NgalSo Mani Padme Hum, that were the 5 colors of the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. But this I have the picture. I don't remember now exactly the traditional one. Yes, I paint one right there in the Cherezi. So we take a look at it. I know the Ri is white because Rinpoche make me to make the Ri white. And then exactly in this Cherezi there is, I take a look right now, I tell you.
Now this here by the door, so beautiful. By the way, this is called Chenrezi, Semni Nelso, yeah? This is Chenrezi, relaxing and regenerating the mind. It's a very special form of Chenrezi Buddha, going back to ancient India, yeah? So actually, as we come into our temple, first thing we see is, if you go around making the koa, is Chenrezi, Avalokiteshvara, the one relaxing the mind, so beautiful. So Rinpoche show us each time we come in, actually we need to go and take blessing, yeah? And say the mantras, yeah? Show us many times, no? Going around, hand in hand, no? Chenrezi Buddha, Prajna Paramita, and the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, the 5 mothers, yeah? And again, Prajna Paramita, yeah? Okay, this, at the moment we're not doing because of, we have to stay away from each other, yeah? Yeah? We can't get so, we always used to go like a little crowd, no? Yeah? So we need some more space. But anyway, please do, when you come into the Gompa, make this tour, say hello and receive the blessing of the Dhyani Buddhas, yeah? Okay, so anyway, so, you found it?
It is the classic one. It's the one that we painted there. The on is white. So, Vairocana is with Riyam, is related to Vairocana.
Sorry?
With Riyam.
Yeah.
No, with Riyam, the 6.
Oh, I see what you mean. Ignorance, yeah?
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
So this is for the animal Riyam.
Yeah.
Then Ma is the money is green. It is connected with Amoghasiddhi. So with Riyam is there, Asura. Then Ni is Ratnasambhavi yellow. Omani. Pe is light blue. Me is red. And then the Hum is dark blue. This is the classic one. And then the realms of this, I don't know by heart. I can take a look at the notes and then tomorrow we share this. But if I can share something that I remember, that I think is very nice. We were just doing, yes, we were painting the Buddhas. So Rinpoche La, he likes to paint all these statues with, with natural colors, with real pigments of precious stones. So nobody did it before here in the West, so we are not really know how. Yeah. No, but our group like this, just to do with the lava stone, we don't know exactly the result, etc., etc. So anyway, there was a group of people working on it. Stefan was here, Duch was here, and there was these 2 painters from this area here, and some people from Brazil, Dequila from Greece, and the Kila from Brazil come around. Many people come offer people help, and the pigments we get from Cozy family. Her uncle has this business with natural colors, and they provide all these things also. So, yes. You can take a look at his. He has a very interesting site, and they have different mixtures. Maybe Stefano and Jacopo know much more than me. But anyway, they have all these powders. No, some of these paintings they were, I think, ready, and others there is. Also, I learned at the moment that Stefano knows, but there is one person that is colorista. No, he makes the colors. So then you keep the same color, the same tone. How you do again the same tone? So this person has this quality to mix again the same tone of these colors, no? So anyway, my job was just to paint the syllables. You know, all these beautiful statues that are done here, I just need to paint the syllables. So this Omani Peme Hum, Rinpoche was sitting right there and was, I think we don't have really lights here, do we, at the moment, like around? We use some spots, we don't have the lights, I think. Yeah? Yeah, so when the daylight was finished, if I remember well. Then we have some spots to help. And then I did paint the 2 times on Mani Peme Hum, and Rinpoche was giving, I think was a Prajna Paramita initiation. There was some people around, Rinpoche was giving initiation, and just painting this during the initiation. When finished, then Rinpoche says, in the middle of the statues on the floor, he says, now you paint the seed syllable. You need to paint it white. And actually it was quite a big job for me because I was not used to paint at all, because I used to write on the paper. With the paper is very hard, it's very soft actually, and you use a pencil that's very hard in metal. So I find myself with a brush that's very soft in a very rough surface that was the stone, and I was thinking how to do it, no? So what I like to share that I thought was very beautiful, then the sunset was coming and everybody left. Then Rinpoche says, now you stay here and finish this seed syllable, and you make many, many lights. When you do this, you are, he says, when the dark comes, people have fear. We have more fear. That's why in the night, we close our doors, we close our windows. So when you paint in this, you need to emanate light. Because you are helping people, no? With the light of this mantra, you are helping, I think, all the realms, I think. No, he didn't say exactly the realms. Like you are helping people when you paint in this, so you, from the mantra, emanate light. Because now it's dark, so this is what we are doing, no, helping in sharing this light. This I remember from this painting.
Babel, in our NgalSo Zoom group, no? In the Brazil one, she made, how many weeks? 4 or 5 weeks? Beautiful presentation of all this, yeah, by the way, if you're interested. So beautiful, and yeah, showing this whole thing of this calligraphy work and all the painting of the syllables in the temple. I would recommend it. I've just seen it, and it's really, really, really beautiful. And also a lot of feeling, no? Remembering this job together with Rinpoche, no? So maybe one time, you should, when we have the screen, when it works, sometime later, maybe you could show here in the temple, yeah? Yeah? Yeah?
So sorry, but the realms are this.
It doesn't matter, no? Mm-hmm. Actually, one thing that I remember is that actually they're so beautiful, all these statues. I remember, you see here that we have 2 Prajna Paramita. We have a yellow one, and over there is a white one, yeah? I don't know if you've noticed, yeah? So how that came out, maybe you don't know this bit either, yeah? Because this is why we have to stick together, yeah? Each one of us, we have one part of the story, and then we put together the story and we know the whole thing. You see there's a yellow Prajnaparamita and a white one, no? Is that one white on the other side?
I think it's about yellow.
Oh. No, but actually, what Rinpoche wanted is I know because we had to get the text of Dharikapa, of Rinpoche's past life, of the initiation of Prajnaparamita, yeah? And he wanted to know what colour was Prajnaparamita, yeah? So there was like a white one and a yellow one. So everything, all this is like based on the practices that Rinpoche used to do. I just can't see over there. More, yeah, I told you, one's more whitish, one's more yellow. This is because of there's a Prajnaparamita sadhana written by Rinpoche's past life when he was the famous Mahasiddha Dharikapa, yeah? Of these two Prajnaparamitas, a yellow one and a white one, yeah? So that's why they painted these shades, yeah? And here's all kinds of incredible things. So if we all put our minds together, the story comes out, no? Yeah? Stefano, would you like to say something? Yeah? No? Little bit? Do you feel like to say it, or is it too difficult to speak? Yeah? About this beautiful job that you made here of painting the temple, yeah? Or anything else you like to say, no? Huh? Stefano, one of Lama Caroline miracles.
Yeah. So I want to tell you that at the beginning now you see the status is colored, but at the beginning was everyone like this, the green one. So it was really a miracle for Rinpoche thinking to color this. But I was I was involved just for case, because the commitment was to Duccio and two other guys, Italian guys. That was one is a really like church, Christian church, very straight, but he was a painter. He's a painter of the church. He's a real professional painter, very, very good painter. Another one is also painter, like professional painter, like canvas, normal painter, artist. Okay. Then there was the Kila, very nice painter. She's very specialized for the jewelry. Yes, she's very, very good. So, and then they asked also to me, but I didn't want to paint because I didn't care. But I see there was a problem with the skin. Yeah, because the skin was really difficult to paint. The skin was very difficult to paint because, yeah, because there's many. So, and I say that it was a technique, very old techniques, to make very, yes, I can say lisha, smooth, very smooth. So, and they say, okay, try, let's do it. So I try and search the materials, and then the material, and then I do one. And I remember, so Rinpoche comes, I was start from this one. Rinpoche comes, say, oh, I like this. Now you make every... oh, I like, very good, good. Now you make everyone. So, okay, so, and I find I was involved like this. No? So, and I start to prepare all this, and it was very, very nice experience to me, because I find it really it's very exciting to stay facing nearby these statues. They can become vive, no? Diventavano vive sempre di più. Diventavano vive sempre più vive, perché mi ricordo quando Rinpoche un giorno arrivò e disse ok, they are very smooth this, but touch here. Now I take so and say touch here. So I touch it. His skin falls so soft. So incredible. So this is very smooth. So it was very funny. So this was a very, very nice experience to me. And it's a very good, come dire, it's a big present to us to do this because we normally we don't understand what we are doing. You know, maybe we understand later. Maybe because then I started and say, okay, now you have to painting, now you have to painting, and you go to Brazil. To Brazil was really, but. In Brazil was a little bit. No, that's in São Paulo was like big, like this. My Campo de Jordão was 10, very big, like this, quite like this. The work is not yet finished yet.
Oh, you have to go back.
Yeah. And then we make also the 5 Dhyani Buddha in Almeria. Yeah. And we prepare here, me and Duccio, we prepare here 5 mothers that was here. And then we finish here and they sent to Almeria. Oh, very nice experience. Grazie to Rinpoche for everything. Grazie.
Yeah, please, Babel, yeah. No, please come and tell us, yeah.
So I was unprepared. I look now calmly, and of course it's very clear. It's Om Mani Padme and Hum Vajradhara. Quindi white, green, yellow, blue, and red. Om Mani Padme and Hum Vajradhara, dark blue. Huh? E Yam Ram. No, because then the lam would be yeah. But it goes in the exactly Lama. The moved, but the sequence is Om Mani Padme Hum in these colors. Then we don't make mistakes like and the Hum, and then the Re. This here in tried to make white. No, that's the syllable of Chinese. He says to make white. That's what. Yeah.
Now we almost run out of time, but many years ago, Rinpoche made many Chenrezig San mandalas around the world, no? He made, where did he make? Anybody remember? Milano, Munich, Torino, anywhere else? Geneva, somewhere in Spain, no? Geneva, anywhere else? Holland, yeah? And I think he made one in Spain somewhere, heard, yeah? Okay, so anyway, the point is, yeah, the Rinpoche said wherever he'd placed these Chenrezig San mandalas in the future, when there was like natural disasters and things like that, yeah, they would be protected, yeah, okay, yeah. You know, so I'm just remembering that because the Hri is the central syllable of the Chenrezig mandala, yeah, okay. Rinpoche did many incredible things we didn't really understand for sure at the time, yeah. Me, at least not me, anyway. Yeah. And then Jacopo, do you want to say something? No, please.
You said that where there is a Chenrezig
San mandala, yeah.
mandala, they will be protected.
We will be protected, yeah. Yeah, he did. He said that, you know, also he was doing that, creating places where there would be like oasis, you know, basically, yeah, when the times became very difficult, you know. But then, okay, then we can extend, and then he did many other mandalas here and there, no, didn't he, yeah, okay. And here's plenty, so he should feel very relaxed. Just stay here, yeah, 100 mandalas, everything will be okay, yeah. But Rinpoche did many mandalas with the monks in all our centres and many places, not our centres around the world, so if in case of stress and worry, go to that place, yeah? Rinpoche promised there you'll be protected, yeah? Okay? Okay. Anyway, so I think maybe now we dedicate. It's dinner time now, okay? So those of you who like to go to Dharma singing, what's it called? It's called Dharma songs, yeah? Please, at 8:30, yeah? Please enjoy as much as you can, yeah? And those of you who like to come to the self-healing, another kind of Dharma song, also welcome, yeah? Yeah? Actually, one thing, Rinpoche said lots of things, yeah? he said, was this thing of repeating all the time, yeah? And somebody said, Rinpoche, I think this is a bit boring. And he said, do you think I'm boring? Rinpoche said, he said like this, my guru is Song Rinpoche, yeah? His guru, yeah? So impossible. If you're my follower, you you must like puja, yeah? Said me, I totally like doing puja, yeah? Following the tradition of Khyabje Song Rinpoche, yeah? So why we're doing again and again is to generate positive feelings, okay? So definitely not boring, okay, yeah? If it's boring, it's because we didn't understand what's happening, yeah? Yeah? But anyway, if you like to come and join us for self-healing again at 9, you're very welcome. If not, please enjoy singing, yeah? And then we'll see you tomorrow, okay? Okay, let's dedicate for inner and world peace, yeah? Om Bishwa Shanti Hum. 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 Nimo Dele Sendele. Nime Koya Dele Shin. Ni Senta Hatu Dele Pel. Koncho Sungi Jingi. Koncho Sungi Nadruso. Koncho Sungi Tashisho. All'alba, al tramonto, di notte durante il giorno, possono i 3 gioielli concederci loro benedizioni, possono aiutarci a tenere tutte le realizzazioni e conspirci il sentiero della nostra vita con molti segni di buono. At dawn or dusk, at night or midday, may the 3 jewels grant us their blessings. May they help us to achieve all realizations and sprinkle the path of our lives. Okay, thank you very much, and those who you like, see you at 9. If not, see you tomorrow. Yep. Yeah, of course, Jacopo. Huh? Oh, okay, Demane, you have to come back tomorrow, part 2 tomorrow. Tomorrow we talk about all this, yeah, don't worry. Yeah? All will be explained tomorrow as much as we can explain. Tomorrow, we haven't finished yet. Tomorrow. See you tomorrow.